Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. I'm James, and if you're new to this channel, well, thank you for watching it. If you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. If you don't, tell us why. But I mean, obviously we build tanks and we have shrimp and all kinds of crazy stuff, so I don't know why you wouldn't. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. You're watching Blue Dog Aquatics, and today we're going to be setting up this lovely doodad. So stay tuned, and here we go. Alright guys, so we have a 3-gallon vase here. You know, I like it because it's different. It's not your typical 12-gallon rimless or your 10-gallon rimless. It's something that can sit on top of your desk or on your bookshelf or whatever, and it's just a nice little aquascape. Obviously, right now we're going to use the fluval stratum here. That's going to be our base, and then we're going to have some pieces of driftwood and some pieces of rock. We do have a small sponge filter that we're going to be incorporating using this Fusion one-line air pump, and it's been acclimating in another tank, an established tank, for about a month, so we'll be able to go in and set it up right away and get it put together. Also, we have this little light. It's a little desk light, very simple, does the job, will light up the tank, and then we're going to go in and set up some water leaf plants and stuff like that, just to give it a little bit of character. But in the end, we're going to have a couple of guppies in here, some really nice guppies, just to make it a little nice show tank. If you pivot over here to the side over here, this was my first go at it. It's just a little shrimp tank. There are orange eye extreme red King Kong shrimp in here. There's 3 of them, so it's hard to see, but it's just a cute little character, and that's kind of what we're going to do with this, but we're going to jumbo size it. So helping us today is going to be a buddy of mine. You saw him down at Aquashello Orlando, and so I'll introduce him now. This is my buddy Dylan. He helps out. I swear to God, he's the shrimp whisperer because he can catch 1,000,000 of them at once. So here he is. I'll slide out, and here he is. Dylan, say a few words to us.
Hey everybody. I kind of helping out with James here with designing his tanks. I mean, I have a good eye for just kind of going through and just making stuff look nice. So he kind of picked me out to assist with this tank here. So let's see what we can do here.
Alright guys, we're going to jump into this build here. Like I said, this is a 3-gallon. We're going to add the fluval stratum volcanic soil. It's what I use on all my different tanks, and what we're doing here on the bottom, it's got a little bit of a divot toward the bottom. I might be able to zoom in a little bit. And all he's doing here is making sure we have a flat surface, because the piece of driftwood that we're putting in here has a piece of slate attached to the bottom, so we want to make sure that the driftwood isn't the slate isn't directly on the glass. So now we're going to add in the piece of driftwood here. It's a cool little piece. I had it in a shrimp tank for many years. I'm sorry about the glare here. Let's actually, let's see if, can you turn off that light over? Yep, that tank over there. It might be, nope, that's not it. Nope, that ain't it either. So I guess I'm sorry that there's the glare on the left hand side. I don't know what, actually I do know what that's coming from, or not. Alright, there we go. We reduced some of the glare. He's adding in another piece of driftwood here. These are just small pieces. Anytime you set up a new tank, I recommend waterlogging your driftwood. Otherwise, the second you put water in, it's just going to float right back to the surface. Now you can see on the bottom here that piece of slate I was talking about, how it's screwed, well, it's glued to the bottom with aquarium safe sealant.
I'm gonna actually add a little bit of water in there.
So He's going to add a little bit of water just to kind of make sure everything levels out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add substrate over the top of that slate. Just give it a cleaner look. Now, like we talked about in previous videos, make sure to introduce your water slow and make sure it's hitting something, otherwise you're going to dig holes into your substrate. You can see toward the bottom there, looks nice, and just a thin layer of substrate, and then like I said, we're going to bring another layer over the top. While he's adding some water, I want to talk about Aquashella. I want to give a big thank you to everybody that helped us out with Aquashella. And like I said, it was our first time as a vendor, first time traveling as a company, and everybody was very welcoming. So I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to everybody that helped us along the way and along the road. We do have another Aquashella coming up, Aquashella Chicago, so stay tuned for that. I know everybody loved the captain, aka my blue bar antelope panther chameleon. I swear to God, he was like a paparazzo. He had like 2,000 pictures taken when we were down there. But stay tuned for that. We'll do some upcoming videos, and we'll show you what shrimp we're going to take down there over the next kind. I did have a lot of requests to show us making custom tanks and custom setups, so that's what we're doing for this video. The next video we might do something a little bit different to include chameleon enclosures, because we did have a lot of people with questions on that, so stay tuned for that. What he's doing right now, jumping back into this, he added a little bit of substrate. We do need a little bit more in the front. We just want to make sure to cover up that slate. I mean, it does kind of have a cool look to it. But we just want to make sure that we have enough planting ground for the water sprite that we're putting in. Now, we just took a little piece of water sprite here, very minimum, because this stuff grows so quickly, and man, the roots are insane. I pulled this from my 40 show tank, and it was just unreal, the amount of roots that this stuff grows with. While he's doing that, he's placing it. We are going to grab the sponge filter out of just the tank that it's in. Now, as long as you have tanks that have established filters, you can set up brand new setups like this and introduce fish right away, because you have established growth. It's loaded with water, so here we go. So this is just a mini sponge. It doesn't need to be anything big. Make sure you get that tube through. It's a little tricky getting it on. This new air hose that I got, I am not a huge fan of. For whatever reason, it's just a fight to get it on the nozzle. Now, he's placing it in the back just so it's out of sight. You'll see the bubbles when it gets going and everything, but we just want to do this to give it a clean look on the front. Now, anytime you're setting up a new setup, you're gonna have water disturbance and water logging, and especially with substrate. We have a couple pieces of rocks, small rocks, that we're gonna put in there, and then that'll help hide the filter, and also hold it down. I don't know what it is with filters, even when they're waterlogged, anytime you move them to a new setup, they like to float or come dislodged or anything like that. So just watch as he's placing these in. Oh, got my finger there in front of it. So it's just a cute little look here. I'll kind of give you just a small view of it. We just have a small little piece of driftwood. It doesn't go clear to the top, so He's going to add more water to it so we can get that sponge filter going. I know this video is a lot better because it's not shaking like the Aquashella video was, and trust me, we're working on that. If you have any recommendations for any 360 or like stabilizing tripods, we have it on a tripod right now, but it's kind of hard to move around with something that just stays in place. You forgot to cut down that cord. So with moving around, it makes it difficult because everything shakes. Now you can see here, we're going to turn on the light. There we go. We got a nice clean look. We got the lettuce and everything. And I love how that turned out. We got the little bubbler in the back. And bear with me, I'm actually going to dislodge it from the tripod so we can give you guys a better view. We have a little bit of water lettuce there. And I'll show you what we mean about the 360 view. We have the rocks back here. There's the little sponge filter in the very back. That water sprite will grow all the way up to the top, and it's one of those plants that we will still have to trim back. So he's going to top it off. We'll back up from it a little bit so that you can see the full thing. Rocks down a little bit. Oop. Now we're going to give this a minute to clean up and everything, so stay tuned, and we'll show you what kind of guppies we want to put in here. So hang on a second. Alright guys, we caught some of my fancy guppies from my 75-gallon holding tank that I have all assortment of guppies in. They used to be divided, but they're not worth their time. But these are some of my fancy ones that we're going to put in the 3-gallon here. We have 8 of them in here. I have white tuxedos, I got cobras, I got zebra tails, fantails. We got a black fantail in there. A lot of them are big and pregnant, so we're going to see how. Look at that beautiful black tail in the corner. I know he's trying to run it away, but we're going to put him in here, and I can't wait to see it. We might add a couple more depending on how it looks. We just want to make sure it doesn't get overcrowded, and as anybody who's ever had guppies knows, it don't take much for guppies to repopulate and get overcrowded. So stay tuned for that, and all we're going to do is we're going to take a net and we're going to strain them through, make sure this water doesn't travel with, because it's got a little bit of frog bit and I don't want that in the new tank. So we'll strain them through and show you the end result. Alright guys, as you can see, we got all the guppies in here. There's a little bit more than 8. We just wanted to kind of show you what it looked like with all of them. We put the original 8 in and they all went and hid, so we put a few more in, and they're starting to get accustomed to it. I really like this setup. It came out really clean. We have the filter slowed down on a regulator so that the guppies aren't swirling in a tsunami. If you like what you see and you want to know how to do it, send us a message at sales@bluedogaquatics.org. We might start selling whole setups like this on our website. And also on that note, bear with us, we are changing a ton of stuff on our website at www.bluedogaquatics.org. So bear with us over the next couple of weeks as we get everything changed. Again, if you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, the big question, your tank or mine?